You know, normally following a bye week, we would have some plug-and-play cliche like, it's time to get back to work. This time, though, it's more like the grind continues. Traditionally, the bye week provides players with a breather, but given Boise State's uncharacteristic 3-4 start, the bye week this season was accompanied by some of the best, most competitive practices the Broncos have had all year. Following each of the team's 4 defeats this fall, the coaching staff publicly has accepted blame. Players like Riley Wimpy and Khalil Shakir shared their thoughts on that matter with me, though, and they believe player accountability has at least been a contributing factor. With that in mind, that is one intangible that has had their attention over the last week as they look to right the ship and chase a Mountain West chip.
I feel like the mood is good coming out of the bye week. We were able to self-reflect and look at the past few games and understand, the areas that we need to continue to improve upon. We come to work and we work our butts off every single day. That's why we're able to remain confident in going into the last half of the season, is because we see guys coming in and day out and still putting in the work when, sometimes guys through discouraging times may fall off. And I haven't seen much of that with the team. It was a great week to focus on those things, and I'd say the mood is good, and it's where it needs to be.
Coming up tonight on the News at 10, we're going to take an even closer look at this player accountability factor. It's also a good time to remind you that the Bronco Roundup Game Day Show is live from 4 to 5 p.m. on Saturday right here on Idaho's News Channel 7. In the meantime, with BYU set to join the Big 12, what does the future hold for their rivalry with Boise State? It wasn't that long ago that the two universities extended their home-and-home agreement through the fall of 2034. Yeah, that's right. However, the contract specifically states that if either school were to join a new conference, well, they can void the contract. Boise State Director of Athletics Jeremiah Dickey anticipates that these two rivals will meet less frequently in the future.
One, they've been awesome. I have a lot of respect for their athletic director. He's been around a long time. He's highly regarded in this industry, and they can get out of that contract. I fully understand why they set it up that way. Being an independent and having to do scheduling like he's had to do is very difficult. And he has quite a few rivals. When you look at us and you look at Utah and you look at Utah State, it's probably not realistic that they're going to be able to play all three of us every year. I think there is a desire for us to continue the relationship, and those are conversations we're going to continue to have along with Florida State and everything else that ties into our football schedule.